I would like to call this public hearing to order, and this is the municipality, the District of Lunenburg. We are considering a development agreement for proposed land lease community on lot FE-1 on MacCulloch Road. It is Tuesday, June the 10th at 5 p.m. This is a public hearing to receive both written and verbal presentations from citizens in attendance concerning council entering into a development agreement with J. Lynn Enterprises Limited for the proposed land lease cluster development on lot FE-1, MacCulloch Road, PID number 60709-383. At this time, I will call each of the council members for the official record. So present is Councillor Reinhardt, Bell, Oikel, Moore, Smith, and Deputy Mayor Vino. Councillor Burns has declared a conflict of interest, and Councillor Brooks and Hubley offered regrets, and Councillor DeLong is on a leave of absence. The hearing agenda is as follows. There will be a staff presentation on the proposed amendments. Then we will hear written and verbal presentations from the public and a review of the next steps in the process, and then declare the public hearing closed. If there are verbal presentations, which I don't see anyone present yet, but are being made to council, I would ask that the persons making the presentation provide their name and address, direct all statements to the chair, and limit presentations to 10 minutes. Speakers may address council twice, but before they speak for a second time, speakers will be requested to wait until all other citizens have had an opportunity to speak. So I would begin by asking staff to make a brief presentation on the amendments. Ella?
Okay, good evening, councillors, council, and honorable mayor. So as the mayor mentioned, we're here to talk about land lease community. So in nature, cluster development. The applicant is J. Lynn Enterprise Ltd. The nature of the development is up to 23 modular single-family dwellings located on MacCulloch Road in Cookville. It's an unzoned area. The process timeline, we did first reading of cluster development in January 28th, and then another first reading in April 22nd. When the applicant applied for the development, it fell in between. So in the beginning, they had to go through the development agreement process. And then when we did another first reading, they did not, but they decided to stay and do the development agreement, as they understood that the development that they're doing will require they will not be able to develop all those units within that time frame. We did do a public information session on March 19th, followed by a planning advisory committee, and also had council's motion on May 13th, that followed right now today's public hearing. The regulations do align with our current municipal planning strategy, section 5.6 and section 6 of the municipal planning strategy, aligning with the DA requirements as well. So just in terms of timelines, what we did, we received the development application, we held a public information session, we received feedback from the public, which we shared with the Planning Advisory Committee. Planning Advisory Committee provided a positive recommendation to council to enter into a development agreement with the developer. Council declared their intent to entering into a development agreement on May 13th and also set a date and time for a public hearing. Today we're doing the public hearing, and if council deems it advisable to enter into a DA with a developer, council may decide to enter into a development agreement follow this public hearing. If they will, there will be a 14-day appeal period once the notice is in the newspaper. Just conclusion, some final remarks. That type of development does support the statement of provincial interest regarding housing. It increases the housing stocks, but also in nature, that type of development is considered to be affordable housing, so we're also increasing the affordable housing stock in our municipality. It is located in a central location, so it will also enable residents that live in that area to be in close proximity to goods and services and employment at the same time. It also aligns with council's strategic priorities like economic development, climate change, quality of life, and growth. The DA process did ensure that there is a long-term regulatory alignment that aligns with our cluster development regulations, and also staff did conduct their own research and reached out to external agencies and the town of Bridgewater to ensure that the development does meet the DA criteria. And PAC did provide that positive recommendation. And that's where I conclude my remarks.
Is there any public, any written submissions associated with this application?
We did not receive any feedback from the public.
At this point, it would be time for public input, and at this point, we have no one in the gallery to present. And again, I would ask if there are any members who wish to speak, and for a third time, any members wishing to speak. This is a formal process, so we do need to go through all these steps, even though it seems a little funny. Municipal Council may make a decision at the council meeting that will follow this hearing after the close of the hearing at our meeting that starts at 6. If council deems it advisable to proceed with the amendments to the proposal, council will conduct second reading. And once council has approved the documents, they are forwarded to the Provincial Department of Municipal Affairs for review. And upon confirmation from Municipal Affairs that the documents do not conflict with any provincial statements of interest. Sorry?
It does not need to go through the Department of Municipal Affairs. The DA? Okay, yeah. For informational, yeah.
Okay. A notice of approval is inserted in local newspapers advising of the adoption of these documents. The date that the public notice appears in the paper is the date the documents become effective. I now declare this public hearing closed.